two bodies in contact on a horizontal surface. Now this is a horizontal surface, two bodies are in contact. Okay. Now here we are considering the bodies are having mass m1 and m2. m1 is having mass greater than that of what? m2, and they are kept in contact with each other on a smooth horizontal frictionless surface. Okay. Now they are in x coordinate. Here the coordinate is taken here as x and the vertical line is taken as what? Y. Now on application of force F, okay, both the blocks which are in contact set into motion and they accelerate in the x direction, okay, simultaneously. Okay. So when we are giving a force F, both the blocks will accelerate in the x direction. So now to find out the acceleration. So to find acceleration, okay, what is the total mass here? The total mass m is equal to m1 plus m2 because both are in contact with each other. Now by applying Newton's second law, we can write F vector is equal to m into a vector. F vector is equal to what? M into a vector. Now what is the direction of the force? The direction of the force is in x direction. So I can write F into I vector is equal to the acceleration of the body is also in the I direction. So ma I vector. F I vector is equal to what? Ma I vector, because the objects are moving in what? X axis. Positive x axis. So what is your m? M is equal to m1 plus m2. Now comparing the components in the above equation, when we compare the components, both the sides are having I vector. So we can write F is equal to what? Ma. Substituting m is equal to m1 plus m2. So F is equal to m1 plus m2 into a. Now what is the acceleration? Acceleration is equal to F by m1 plus m2. So we have found out the acceleration as A is equal to F by m1 plus m2. Now the force exerted by the block m1 on m2 due to its motion is called as force of contact. So the force given by m1 on m2, that is, we call it as what? F21. F21. Okay. Now according to Newton's third law, the force will be exerted by m2 on m1 also. Okay. So the block m2 will exert an equal and opposite force on m1 also. That is what? F12. So the force exerted by m1 on m2 is F21 and the force exerted by m2 on m1 is F12. Now we take the block m1 alone. Okay. Now the horizontal force acting on block m1 is F. And the force exerted by m2 on m1 is F12. Okay. Now here we are taking the coordinates as x-axis and y-axis. Now we can go for drawing the free body diagram. Now in addition to these two forces, another two forces is also acting, that is the downward force and the upward normal force, and the downward force on the upward normal force. Now we can go for drawing the free body diagram. So I can take this as your mass. Okay, so the mass m1 is taken as what? Point mass. Okay. Now the downward force acting here, it is mg, and the equal upward force is acting here, that is your normal force. Now the force acting in the positive x direction, the force acting in the positive x direction is F, and the force acting in the negative x direction is F12. Now the acceleration of the body is in x direction. So we write in x direction, applying Newton's second law. So what is Newton's second law? F is equal to ma. Okay. Now what is the force acting in the x direction? Here the force, this is positive x-axis, this is negative x-axis. So I can write F into I vector plus F12 into minus I vector is equal to m1, mass is m1, m1a I vector, because the mass is moving in the positive x direction. So this can be written as f I vector minus f12 I vector is equal to m1a I vector. Now comparing the components on both the sides. Okay, we can write f minus f12 is equal to m1a vector. Okay, so m1a. Okay, so what you can write? What is f12? F12 is equal to f minus m1a. f12 m2 is equal to f minus a. Now what is our a? We know a is equal to f by m1 plus m2. Substituting here. So f12 is equal to f minus m1a. For so a I am going to substitute, that is f minus m1 into f by m1 plus m2. Okay, taking f outside, so f into 1 minus m1 by m1 plus m2. So we can write this as f is into, here it is m1 plus m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2. So m1 and m1 will get cancelled. So what will get? F into m2 by m1 plus m2. This is what f12. We got the f12 value as f into m2 by m1 plus m2. Now what is the direction of f12? F12 is in negative x direction. The direction of f12 is in negative direction. Vector form. So when you write this in vector form, f12 vector is equal to minus f m2 by m1 plus m2 I vector. So this is minus I vector. I am bringing the minus sign here. So it is f12 is equal to f m2 by m1 plus m2 into I vector. Okay, so the force is depending upon the what? Mass m2. Okay, the magnitude of contact force depends upon the mass m2, which is providing the reaction force. This force is acting along the negative x direction. Now we'll take the mass m2. Okay, in the mass m2, only one force is acting here in the horizontal direction. What is the force acting here? That is the force exerted by m1 on m2. The force exerted by what? M1 on m2. That is F21. F what? 21. Now here we are taking x-axis and y-axis. Now we can go for drawing the free body diagram. So I am putting here as m2. This mass, this point mass is what? M2. Here also what will act? The downward force and the normal force will act. So I am going to draw the downward force as mg. And the normal force acting here as what? N. Okay. And in the x direction only one force is acting, that is also in the positive x direction, that is this force. So what is that? F21. There is no force in the negative x direction. There is no force in the negative x direction. So this is the free body diagram for mass m2. Now the body is moving in the x direction. Now applying Newton's second law for mass m2. So F is equal to what? ma vector. This is Newton's second law. So here what is the net force here? Net force is only one direction. So it is F21 into I vector is equal to m. What is the mass? M is m2 here. The body is accelerating in the x direction. So it is a I vector. Now comparing the components. So what will you get? F21 is equal to m2a, because both the sides it is having what? Only I vector. Okay, so what is a? We know a is equal to f by m1 plus m2. So F21 is equal to m2 f by m1 plus m2. Now what is the direction of the force F21? It is along the positive x direction. So I can write F21 vector is equal to M2F by M1 plus M2 I vector. M1 plus M2 what? I vector. It is along the positive x direction. Now we know what is F12. F12 is equal to what? Minus M2F by M1 plus M2 I vector. Now from these two equations, F21 and F12 are what? Same. Only there is a minus sign. So what you can write? F21 vector is equal to minus F12 vector. Okay. What is this? These two forces are equal and opposite, which confirms the Newton's third law, which is confirming what? Newton's third law. So this is how we are proving the objects which are in contact on a horizontal surface. Okay, we are proving the Newton's third law for two bodies in contact on a horizontal surface.